Alrighty guys, it really has been a while the last time I played DDLC Plus Side Stories. Just had a vacation at Legoland this week, and now I'm back home and it's time to play this game. Finish it. I don't think I'm gonna get through all of them, but I'll just finish some of them as soon as possible. Alright, so the one thing I have to do is reflection. Alright. Hit me with your best shot, DDLC. Side stories? Am I bothering you? Huh? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. Makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work. So, it can healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Yuri glances across the room at Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need. They just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? Though that may be partially my fault, since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. Sorry if the microphone's gonna be loud, guys, but I have to move up for a bit. There we go. I don't know if it was loud, but I had to move it up a bit. Okay, here we go. Back to the game. I probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equal on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh. But I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still 2 more books after this one. I guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri. You know what I mean. Monica lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do too. Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely, and people were mean to me a lot. Aw, man. Yeah, she kind of reminds me. Back in middle school, guys, me in real life, had a rough time. 7th and 8th grade was the worst years of my life. I'll never forget it. I still remember them up until this day. It's like I can't even forget them. Yeah, it looks like you and I are on the same boat. Middle school. Yeah, I was picked on, guys. No kidding. It was tough. I still remember their faces and their names. I just can't go away. But, you know, I did move on, but it's still going to be in my head no matter what. Hope people are not going to experience the same thing I've experienced, you know. Bullied, picked on. Judge. My middle school was quite wacko. Of course, I met some people, some good people on the way. Some teachers and some friends I knew up till now. You know, oh, I wish you guys the best luck. You know, if you're having that kind of same situation, me and Yuri, just don't give up. I know you'll get through it. I'm sorry if I'm talking like this. It's just like when Yuri mentioned about middle school, and then like he'll be mean, like bully, pick on, yeah. Surprise, Yuri. I guess I can consider her a best girl. Either way, this is my first time reading like the side story, so I'm gonna see how it goes. Well, so here we go, guys. Sorry for the talk. I'm sure some of you guys skip it, but either way, let's check it out. So I just kind of felt like, please don't make me think about the past. Oh, okay, this is getting interesting, bro. For real. I still think about the past too, man. No kidding. I can't forget it. It'll never go away. Heh, sorry. I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. You know, not gonna lie, guys. I really want to know more about Yuri's background history story. You know? I really want to know that. Absolutely not. Really, even if it was just between us. Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch. So sorry. I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past, too, you know. Things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. Makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it too. Hey, were you talking about me? No. We were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Well, yeah, you know, like I was saying earlier, guys, I guess there are times, you know, just let it go. Even though if it's still in your head, just think about, like, happy thoughts, you know, that's happening right now. Even though you can't really forget it, just, you know, move on, enjoy something that you're doing. What motivates you? Fun moments. Yeah, even though if you still have those bad past thoughts in your head, just, you know, think about that, something happy, you know. Of course I already move on to that, but I still have thoughts about it. It'll just never go away. It's hard to forget. I know. I feel you. I don't know why I keep talking like this. It just really caught my interest with Yuri. Like a couple of years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah. What was it that inspired you to get more into it? I don't know. I guess. Let me think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things. I got super into this one series that I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Hahaha. Hey, kinda like Yuri. Monica! Hahaha, sorry. That's completely wrong, so it's still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you a lot through hard times. You know it. Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think it would go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long, so that I can say I read more than you. Wait, is there really a thing like 50 volumes? Man, that's like quite a lot. Yeah, I mean, think about One Piece, for example. It's definitely more than 50, man. And the anime series is still ongoing in manga as well. I heard about it. Not that I have the money for that. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, I was just joking. I could never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki. Oh no. It's not boring. Well, I can see like the way how Natsuki is saying boring is like no pictures. I mean, yeah, I do feel the same thing. But yeah, just imagine in your head, you know. Hell, like I used to read Great Gatsby and Hamlet, and I was like bored as hell from that. Ah, I can't really imagine it. Hold on, guys. Not getting back, guys. Uncle called me, saying it's about my grandma and is that she at home, but told him that she's there. So, and he's gonna come here later, my uncle. Alright, back to the game. It's not boring. Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion, I just think it's too convoluted. Sorry, are those from the floor? Ha ha ha, girls! Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books. But my hands aren't dirty. Just do it. The oils are there, even if you can't see them. Fine. Zuri trots on the floor. Out the door, what am I saying? And Natsuki falls. Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. Sorry if I keep pausing, guys. I just like to like search up what it means. Cause I never use these kind of dictionaries. It's good to like learn these kind of things, you know? Use them like during real life things. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. But she knows well how much these mean to me. So how about just leave me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it. I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. Especially in a literature club. So I should figure out how to meditate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books. And also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well this is something that I have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki and find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected. That, then. Either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monica, but I'm skeptical. Well, I'll take out my long sleeve, guys, in real life. It's been warm in my room. If you have a small room and a computer on, it's like basically like your own heater. Whew! It's quite cold in my Washington State. Oh, back to the normal Washington State weather. Alright, reading time. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about. But that also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Well, sorry. I just feel like I'm being accused or something. No, I'm not accusing anyone or anything. I'm sorry if I came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for me for the Literature Club. Don't you think? Sorry about the loudness. Gotta move up a bit. I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so. Sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Siri, what's your favorite food? I have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks, or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruit? That's easy. Cherries. Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious. Oh, come on! I need to figure out like what do these mean? I'm trying to like search up what they mean. Yeah, it's funny how series like that. Her eyes, bro. Well, that's a pretty strong reaction. Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty. How does it make you feel? No. Sad? Defensive, matey? Yeah, I got defensive. See? The reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something that I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging theory's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. Wait, hold on. How's that objective? When you just said that. I think let me lower down the volume. I can't really tell the difference, but I think that'll do. Okay. It has to do with the way our brains interpret with the words. You're talking about the reality of cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Shiori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good. So, what if instead of that, I said like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. I know these things like people can offend, you know. I mean, yeah. Can't really say like strong words. I mean, it really depends on the person. Okay, the cherries was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talked about my feelings, and Shiori didn't get defensive. So, instead of clashing with each other, it's like we receive an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you or something. I know that. I was just... sorry. I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. Does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah. I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language through the filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to help turn your differences into a positive experience, rather than an argument. Right, Shiori? Whatever you say, Jerry hater. Oh, come on. Shiori, actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. What the heck? I've been duped. Haha, so I'm sorry, Shiori. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You are welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable. Oh, like you turned down a free sundae, Yuri? You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. That was, I was reading and not keeping track of them. Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try it with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Well, I'd rather not. No. Ah, come on. Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just going to start a fight. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. You don't have to coddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable. Yuri's expression changes at that word. As Monica recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like... It's fine. Have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh, well, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were going to say that manga is for children or something. Like I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life. And I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me? Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? I... Both silence. Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different taste than you. Natsuki? Nobody's immature. I read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy, and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me, that's subjective. But, I mean, the thing about, this is ridiculous. Do you see why I didn't want to participate in this? I knew it was just going to make people upset. I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business. What? Have you looked in the mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all my interests immature. You can't. Please, stop. Oh, sorry, no. Please. Oh. This background music, bro. Oh boy. Oh boy. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. Oh no. I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time. Okay? Yuri's piercing words send the clubroom into a choked silence as she gathers her things. She leaves. Oh boy. Holy crap. I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Heh. Well, you weren't very nice either, so... I was just saying... How did this happen? It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was a really stupid thing for me to do. It's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kinda brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things. It's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you were trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her. Not just like the way we talk to each other, right? I mean, Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I should think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow, I'm just like saying that instinctively. So she's like talking like that in her mind. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. Oh, no, not talking about. Never mind. What am I saying? Okay. This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself over it. Beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But, it's fine. I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk to her, read manga or whatever you want. But don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but at least that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. It was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other the least out of anyone, and this is the only reason. Okay. I'm a little bit tired, guys. My apologies. As Yuri and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Monica sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Monica really doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Yuri doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. Wow. Is it new music? Where is it? I don't think I see them though. Okay. Mail. Stay focused on our goals. Heh. So I'm gonna be doing reflection part 2, guys. Oh, that'll be another time. So till then, thank you guys for watching. See you then.